Right, welcome back to, well, this one's actually Dani's garage. I'm handing control over to the Goblin Queen herself. The plan for today is to get her GS, or for Dani to get her GS, running under its own power. So we've got a range of new shiny to put on. Yeah, let's crack on.
Okay, these are the bits that I'm going to be putting on the bike today. This, what's it called again?
Crankcase filter.
Crankcase filter, somewhere on the bike. This, gear selector.
Where's that going?
That's going where the gear thing is.
The gear.
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there.
It's sloppy. This is the brake caliper.
Yeah.
It's a new one, isn't it?
Yes. Got that one from eBay.
This, the brake lever. Does the juice go in there?
The juice. Yeah, the brake fluid goes in there. You
brake
won't be
fluid.
able to take it off. There's two screws that hold it.
Oh my! And this is the hose, which
Yeah.
is going to connect things together.
Which you're going to connect the caliper
This to this.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. So I've just checked if this fits, and it doesn't, because some muppet didn't measure that bit, and look at the difference. Jesus Christ. Right, so anyway, so this, I've got to try and find a pipe from this to there and see if I can do it like that. But can I just ask a question?
Go on then.
Where the hell does this go?
It goes in there.
In here?
Yeah, because it's the airbox.
Right, okay. And do you know what it feels like?
What?
You know those baby things where they got a shape and they slot it into those shapes?
Yeah.
It feels like that for a moment. For a moment, I just had a bit of a baby. I felt like a bit of a baby putting a block into the thing. Anyway, so we're going to do something else in a minute to try and sort it out. So we tried to put this in, and it wasn't fitting properly. So we had to take this out.
Carb.
The carburettor.
Yeah.
And change this and turn it round. What's this?
Inlet manifold.
The inlet manifold. Turn it the other way. Then put this back in and it fits perfectly. And now I need to put this in. So I'm going to try and put this in now. I have to kind of do it like that. Ish. Wait a minute, wait.
Take it back out. Just put it in. Put it in, but at an angle with that bit facing forward.
Yeah, but there's that bloody thing in there. Wait. I did it.
It's like a baby putting something in.
Yeah. baby with problems. Right, okay, it's in. It's in. Now we just have to move these, this. There we go. And put that one.
Yeah.
And I want to go that way. Hang on. Is it painful for you to watch me do this?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Because that's not my intention. Well, actually. Right. Okie dokie.
Yeah, I'll help you clear the cables out this way.
Okay. So that's that. Shall I put these in to line it up now?
No.
It doesn't feel like it. Look, it doesn't. Is that going to go over there?
Yeah, it's supposed to go over there. We'll do the O-rings up in a minute.
Yeah, that will be alright then.
You reckon?
I think so, yeah. Well, when it's fitted on properly,
Yeah.
they'll fit there.
Right, so you need to attach, you put that over there and do that up. and then put that. Make sure that's still in there, and then do that one. But that one first. I'll give you a hand with that because it is easier
What,
with
this
two.
one?
Yeah, it's easier with 2 hands. Well, 4 hands because you've already got 2.
Oh, bastard. Oh, you bastard. Can't I just do that? Can't I try?
It won't work like that because those pliers don't work like that.
It keeps pushing. Wait. Oh, you bastard. It's that bloody little one at the back.
Yeah, let me have a go. Yeah, hold that.
Oh, I know what I was doing wrong. I was pushing it together.
Oh no, put it separate.
Oh. Right.
No, you should be able to just slide that off actually. And then we need to take that off. So there's a little nut there.
Right, right. Right, hang on.
So that should just loosen that off, and then you should just be able to pull it off the what's called a spline.
I kind of don't know what I'm doing.
Well, you're undoing that bolt, and it
Yeah.
pulls these apart. So you've got a gap at the top there, so it should pull these apart.
Yeah.
And then you should just be able to slide it off this way.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I think I should have done it. Can you pull it off? It might not be easy, you might have to wiggle it a bit. No, you're straining too.
Oh shit.
It's nothing.
I'm going to go under the bike in a minute.
No, you're not.
Right, okay, so a bit more.
Hang on, no, hang on. There you go. Put that screwdriver. Put that screwdriver, the end of it, in between the teeth and give it a twist.
In between the teeth?
That way. So put it in there.
Yeah.
And then twist it. No,
Twist.
like that.
Okay.
Because what you want to do is you want to make these two split further apart at the top.
Well, why don't I just take that off? Wouldn't it help?
You may do. Usually, but those things it doesn't really. As long as you've loosened it.
I'm going to have to...
Take it out if you want.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I've got a gap there.
You don't do it with your fingers.
No. Oh, yeah.
Wait.
No. No, it only goes a little bit. Right, I reckon I'll do it now. I reckon I'm doing something wrong, you know, because it doesn't, nothing's happening. It really isn't.
Okay, let go of that.
There's no movement.
It might be this is a locking bolt as well, so it does a bit more.
So I'm getting this here, see this?
Yeah.
I'm getting that out.
Yeah.
Right, well it's not moving at all. It's like it's glued in.
Try now.
That comes off.
Alright, so maybe it's a locking bolt.
Yeah, because look.
Yeah, okay.
It's sealed on it.
Cool. Right, so now you have to put the other one on. There you go.
So now we've done this. If you want to have a look, the brake lever,
Gear lever.
the gear lever, the gear lever. Although it's not moving now. Why is it not moving?
It is moving.
No, but not. It's not. Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, I told you.
Yeah, yeah. Hang on. Do I need to put it back up?
No, we'll put it in
Right,
neutral in a minute.
Right, and see this? This is the brake lever.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to do this. I'm going to stick the brake lever on. Clip it onto there. There we go, nice and shiny. Look at that. Come round. Can you see?
Yeah, it means we have a big white light behind us because the garage door.
Oh, do we? So there, look.
I love the sound effects. Yeah, you don't want to be making that noise when you.
I do.
Alright, okay.
No, I want to be stealth mode.
but not from your front brake, because that usually means your front brake's locked up and it means you're sliding all over the place. So
But people will hear me then.
yeah,
And I won't get killed.
No, because the chance of if you lock your brakes up for that, front brakes up long enough to slide for as long as you were giving it the for,
Yeah.
then you've already come off.
Oh, okay. So we just want a...
Yeah, we want a nice fluid.
Yeah, okay.
easy-
So that's what I'm going to be doing.
Well,
And then I'm going to be getting this, the brake
caliper.
I knew it, but I was a bit scared to say it. The brake caliper, and we're going to put that somewhere around here.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Not sure where.
Don't worry about it. We'll get to that bit in a minute.
Okay.
Let's just do the brake lever first.
Okay. It seems a bit easy to do. Should it be this easy?
Well, it's always nice when it's easy.
Have I got to put a washer there or not?
No,
Why not?
because it's got the nut's got one built in. Sort of, so it's-
Oh yeah.
So with that, with what I said about you can't do it one side and then the other.
Yeah.
They need to be the gap between the top of that one. Move your fingers. That gap there
Yeah.
needs to be the same top and bottom,
Okay.
so that it clamps on the pipe evenly. Otherwise, you get it tightened up this end,
Yeah.
and it's too loose that end. It's only that end that's making a grip, which will make your brake lever move up and down.
Okay. So I kind of have to guess now. Right. So okay, I'm going to get one of those things.
It's in your pocket.
Oh. Have you got it all sorted the right way?
I don't know if you like it. No, that's loose. That's loosey. That's still loosey. That's it.
Hang on, I've got to really think about this. Righty tighty, yeah?
Righty tighty.
Right, so... But nothing's happening.
Yeah, because it was too loose.
Right,
now, you have to
okay.
check the gap at the top with the gap at the bottom.
Yeah,
So it's usually a visual inspection.
okay, but...
You don't have to do it up so it's like to get
Right.
around.
Okay. I think I need to tighten this a bit more.
Yeah, what's the gap at the top?
It's
And then the gap at the bottom.
I feel like it's a bigger gap at the bottom. Yeah, I can put my nail in the bottom.
Yeah, so
Can I put my nail in the top? No.
no, so undo the top one a bit. Alright, so can you get a nail in it now? Yeah, that's alright.
You reckon? There's a
Yeah.
bit more in that one.
Yeah, but now you've got to tighten the bottom one up.
Oh.
So you got to make, like I said, you've got to make sure there's the same gap top and bottom.
See, nails, good. Grow them. They are helpful.
Don't forget to turn the ratchet. And then top one by the same amount of turns, if they were the same.
I think that was about it.
Right, then you just want them done up a little bit tighter.
Wait a minute.
Then you have to, they're only pinch bolts, so...
Why can't I get it? I reckon that's about it.
Yeah, so you have to, you can't,
Okay.
you have to tighten it up just a shade. Not so that it's, right, and then the same again at the bottom. And then just test to make sure you can't pull that up and down. Yeah, that's on pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then these two wires here.
Oh my god, are my hands big enough for this?
Yeah, you can adjust, you should be able to adjust that. Those two wires there connect to the switch that's underneath. You should see two little...
I can see, yeah. Does it matter which
Don't think
one?
so. Don't think so. Because it's just an on-off switch, so... One on each.
Yeah, it seems like they would come off quite easily.
Yeah, we can tighten them up later. It's only, that's the light, that's the rear
Yeah,
brake
they're
light.
not very secure.
Yeah, we can pinch them together a
There
bit
we
later.
go, that's that done.
Right, so now we need to get the caliper and mount it on the front end. You need to line the back. You
Yeah,
need to line-
that's fine, that one. Yep.
Right, and then do them up with it.
So do I turn it?
No, it's the right way. Yeah, that's right. No, it's left. Yeah, that way. If you just hold that and turn, so you put your finger on it, then it holds it steady so you can do it up.
It's not doing anything.
Oh, you're undoing it again.
You sure?
Positive.
Right, so flick it over.
Flick it over. But right, if you hold that and keep some pressure on it, that's it.
Okay, but I can't.
Eventually it will just stop. It will stiffen up a bit because there's too much play in it.
Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, okay.
And then the bottom one. There is a torque setting for this, but we can do that at the end. I'll do it. I just need to hold them in place.
Yeah.
Job done.
Tighten it, yeah.
No, you sorry, you get one washer on each side of that.
Oh, okay.
That's you being all keen and eager and
I
waiting for
thought-
me to get back after the camera.
No, I thought, I just thought they were together, so I even tried to put them on the same way.
No, so the hump facing inwards.
The hump?
Facing inwards. So they're not entirely flat, did you say?
No, you know the black bit?
Yeah.
That was like that, that
put
was
the black
common.
bit on the inside.
Yeah.
That's black bit. So
Yeah.
put that one in, put that on now. Hold the camera. No, put that on, sorry.
Oh,
put
okay, yeah, I get
that
you.
on
I
there.
get you.
Other way around.
Oh, shit. Sorry about my language.
Your language is so, even I don't swear this much. Then put the
Yeah,
washer,
but-
put the other washer on.
I should have bought my glasses. Should have bought me goggles for this.
Just slide it on the end there.
On what end?
On there.
It's
Just-
alright,
no,
it's alright. Let
slide
Danny
it.
do it Danny's way. Danny's way.
Right, yeah, well, let Danny do it Danny's way. Right, I think that's the same. I think that's the same one. Just a little. You don't have to. It's not a. That's undo. That's undoing.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that should do it. That should be fine. You don't need. We're not good. We have to
We don't
route that
need it.
cable,
Right.
that hose, through the frame down to the caliper on the other side. You might find actually that it has to come through the frame.
Yeah.
It looks like a holder there for it.
Through here.
Yeah. Other side of that tube. No, go on.
Through the. I'm putting it all through the front.
Yeah. So we just feed it through, and then we'll check to make sure it doesn't foul on anything.
Okay. This needs a bit of give there. I would take it or not.
Yeah, but you don't want to make sure it doesn't want to pinch when you close the.
Okay, I need to put it in a bit more than I think. There. You could now turn it. No, it's not doing it. It's not pinching if it comes right through.
Right, so you know I've got a six. That I think sits in there.
Okay.
That's a housing for it.
And then that goes there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, oh, I'm not even pointing the camera at it. That now has to fit on there. That hose, this hose might be a tad on the long side for it. Might not be the original one from this bike, but it's the one that we use. Because it's the one that we've got.
What would we do? Would we have to get a new one?
Yeah, and but we'll get once we know we've got it all going. We'll get braided hoses for it rather than the standard rubber ones. That's the way.
This way.
Yeah, I would have said so. But with the
With the thing I just dropped. Oh shit! With the thing I just dropped on the floor.
the actual use of foul language on this in this garage has actually gone up.
Actually, it's not that bad.
It is.
It could be worse.
So I would put that, raise it up so it's as vertical as possible.
It is long, isn't it? It's long.
Hold the top. Hold that bit that you're just moving. No.
Which bit?
That bit. Hold it. Then do it up so you can hold it steady.
There you go.
That's it. You don't need to do it any more than that. Right, so you've got plenty of play in the cable. That cable is, I think, too long for this purpose. But it's all right for testing, so we're good. So now, what we need to do is bleed the brakes. So you need a Phillips screwdriver to take that off. And on this side, you have to undo your nipple. So on the top of the brake caliper there, you see a little rubber cap. There, that little rubber cap there. If you pull that off, pop off. That is a bleed nipple.
Okay, yeah.
And so you need a ring spanner that fits over that,
Yeah.
and I've got some tubing, and we
Okay.
can bleed the brakes.
Okie doke. I think. Oh no, hang on. I think it's all out and then they come up again.
Yeah, so just put in some oil, but you see the oil fluid, the brake fluid will be going down. You don't have to do it so fast. You just squeeze, release, and you should see that the fluid level is going down as you're pumping or
Yeah.
that brake fluid into that pipe.
I'm bringing it in.
Yeah, so we're bleeding the brakes now that we've pumped all the air out, or as much of the air out, we've got to bleed it. So you pull that in,
Yeah.
open that,
Was it up or open?
no, towards you.
Towards me?
Yeah, that way. That way.
That way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so it opens.
Yeah.
Then what that does is, as you've got that down, it forces the air out of there.
Right.
Then you close that back up.
So put it like that again.
No, that won't do it.
You're saying towards me, so I'm going
so
backwards
towards
and
you,
forwards.
like that.
Oh, I said.
Right, so now you...
I'm here.
Right, okay, well, bolts only tend to go in two directions.
Yeah,
right.
up or down.
Yeah, so moving it that way doesn't work on a bolt.
No, well that's what I thought, but
right.
you said towards
so
me.
So you can see this liquid coming out at the bottom here. That's the brake fluid now going all the way through. So you release that top, release your hand at the top.
Yeah.
Pull your hand in again.
Right, you need it down or up?
No,
that here.
Pull that lever again. Open it up by going that way.
Right, okay.
And then pulling it closed again.
Okay,
right.
now let go of that again.
Now let go of that. Now pull it in again.
Now do that again.
Yeah, and you can see all the air bubbles coming out of it.
Yeah.
Right, so do that again. And just follow that process.
When do I know that it's all done?
Because your brakes will firm up.
What, to the point where it's really like hard to push in?
Yeah.
The bike is ready to go on the road.
Well,
we think. Is it?
Yeah, it's ready to go on the road.
It's ready to try anyway. So Huna's going to now do a little test ride.
So far so good at the start. It doesn't.
So, Huna sat on the bike and it didn't start. It started the first time you tried it, didn't it? But then it didn't start.
Yeah, then the rider wouldn't start again.
Yeah, so we've changed. What do we do?
Took the fuel out.
We took the fuel out and put some fresh fuel in it.
Yeah, I don't know how long that's been in there.
And then changed the battery. Put a battery in actually.
Yeah, we charged the battery.
Charged the battery, of course we did, otherwise it bloody wouldn't work. Right, yeah, so with the spark plug still didn't work.
Yeah, we put so you take the spark plug out the engine, hold it onto one of these fins while it's connected to the HT lead and it should spark, but this one didn't, so we need to take that spark plug out.
Right, okay.
Which you should have the toolage to do. That's doing it up.
Okay.
That's doing it up.
Wait. Jesus.
Yeah, now you can take it off and turn this thing by hand. We get the other one out and you can show them the difference between the two. It should just lift out. Once you've turned it in.
Bloody pain. It's because it's me doing it.
Came out all right earlier.
Yeah, you have to twist it all up there.
Yeah.
Right. Okay,
so if you look at the difference between the other end of that one. You see that really tiny thin piece of metal that's in there? Yeah, see that thin really tiny piece? That's what it should look like that. Let's see how fat that electrode is. Yeah?
Yep.
Right.
So, this is the new one. Let's put that one in. Yeah?
Yep, that's the new one. Goes in.
Oh, yeah. Okay. How tight?
Just about that. You shouldn't need to lean on it and then put the HT lead back on.
Like that?
Yep, that's the bunny. And then the moment of truth, baby.
Oh God, please.
Ready? So you're going to be a massive, great big bang. You've got the fire extinguisher.
I'm moving out of the way because there's loads of petrol on the floor.
Where's the petrol on the floor? It's all
On the
evaporated.
floor, huh?
It's all evaporated.
Oh.
See how much smoother that runs now? You have to tell them what we're doing.
So now you've got it started, and Huna is going to take it out for a little test. No, 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 no. No, it's fine.
When you're ready to be in shot, just let me know.
Do I have to be in shot?
Yeah, you have to be in fucking shot.
So-
It's Danny's garage. You have to be in shot. That's good. You've been in shot all fucking day.
Yeah, but not like this.
Not like that. Right, so
Right.
right, fucking right.
Go on then, so... Bike is now sorted.
Alright, probably I'm waiting in 2 seconds because I know I've got to edit this shit. And you just fucking chatter on. What have I got to say? Right. Well, that's the end of the day as far as Danny's garage goes, so I'm reclaiming my garage. I have to bleed the brakes on the GSX, but the target was to get the GS Danny's bike started today and moving under its own power, which it now does. New spark plug, the old spark plug, the electrode on it was like a needle, so it wasn't producing a good enough spark, and it was covered in oil. So I think there's a gasket gone in that engine. There's certainly an oil leak on it. I don't know if that will need to be sorted out for when it goes for an MOT or whether they'll pass it like that. I'm not sure what the regulations are, but it is now pretty much a case of put the plastics back on, so you need to paint those and the tank, and then new front tyre and MOT time. You excited?
I'm really excited.
You look really excited.
I'm really tired but excited.
You look really so excited. Been bouncing around the garage all day. That's bad. Right, so I'm going to throw her out, reclaim my garage and bleed my brakes. I brought the GSX in, I've bled the brakes on the GXS and now taking it back out again. I didn't record it, it's pretty much the same stuff that you saw Dani doing on her bike, but while I thought I had the brake fluid outlet, I can't remember the last time that I changed the brake fluid in the GSX, so might as well do it all in one go so it's nice and firmed up again. And the black sludgy brake fluid that was in it is now out. So Dani's gone, I've reclaimed my garage, I've done the GSX, so what I want to do now is carry on. I've got a few hours, so rather than do nothing, I'm going to get the Dremel out and I'm going to finish cutting up this server, the perforated server door, to do the inlay for fudge. Once I've done that, I then need to do the inserts for the front mounts, where the indicators were on the used to be on the fairing on the sides. I've taken those out because I don't like the indicators there, so I'm going to mesh over with that stuff, seal it in with some, so I've got some around here somewhere, just some silicone sealer. I hope that'll hold it, and then screw through with one of those little LEDs, and it should have a row of lights on the front as parking lights. So yeah, I'm not going to video it, it is just Dremel with a cutting disc on it, just grinding through that. I'm sure I've shown it on videos, in fact the last video, I'm not even sure, I don't even think I've posted, no I haven't even posted the Easter weekend one up, that 4 days in the garage. It is finished, I have to upload it, but there was a lot of footage, 4 days of footage to sift through, So originally the idea of just doing one video over 4 days, which sounded great because I need to do one intro, one outro, and I can just mash it together into one. It turned out to be just as long as doing 4 individual ones, pretty much, because there's so much footage that you have to go through. So yeah, but while I've still got some light and it's still good weather, I'm going to carry on and get some of my stuff done now that she's out of my garage. Just crack on it.
So both inserts in. I need to cut this out a bit more around here and up here to accommodate the switch and the choke, but apart from that, it's good. Next for the mesh, I think it's going to be these. Put some mesh in there around the inside. There's a gap all the way around apart from here where that is, so I might be able to cut that, cut these lugs off, and then I can put the stick the mesh all the way up to the outside here, so just make it a little bit oversized, and I can probably roll it, shape it around the indicators that came out of there as well, so I have mesh on there. Should be alright. It does make the fairing a lot more stable with that on there. A lot more stable. I mean, it's still not phenomenal, but then it never was. But that is actually quite stiff now. So yeah, and that's always going to get 2 more bolt points in, one there when the new switch goes in. But that does stabilise it out a lot more than what it was. So I need to get a battery for this bike now, because the old one's just died. So the new battery goes in, and then we'll try and fire it up and see what it sounds like. But we're getting closer, bit by bit. Stick the indicators back on where I took them off from there and there. All the clocks should be hooked back up again, so we can test that. It needs a new rear tyre because that one's a bit on the naff side. Yeah, and then it's the front end swap from that bike. The crash bars on this one, I was hoping to take the crash bars off, but they don't fit. But the braided hose for the front end will come off with the calipers, so that front end goes on. There is also a braided clutch cable that will come off, that will get doned over, and if I remember rightly, the shock in here is a new one. I think it's the shock in there is in a doesn't look fairly new actually, but it is. It's a Hagon shock that I had put in when I got the bike, which I think is this one. It might be the other one. No, I'm fairly certain it's this one because we haven't got the bit stuck on there, which we have on this one. Because this has got the original suspension in it, so you have all of this gubbins, adjusters, your spring and everything else. That's the original, and I think that was taken out of that one, because I know I had a new Hagon shock put in one of them, so if possible I'll have that out as well, because that's a new shock. Got to use new fork seals for the front end of this one, and the fork stanchions themselves aren't looking all of that good, but it is a rat bike, so I shouldn't be too worried about the rust, as long as the parts that are in travel work okay, we're good. I was wondering what to do with the tank, because I can just scuff it up and spray it matte black and blah 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 blah, but I thought it'd be right to do something different. I found this stuff. Now, when my grandfather bought the house, he bought 2 rolls of this, and it goes along the wall, It's a door protector. So when you open the doors of your car in the garage, you don't damage your doors. However, one of his Toyota Avensis would go in this garage, or well, when there wasn't all this stuff in it, once you were in, you couldn't actually open the doors to get out. So this is just sat on the side. And I'm just thinking, this comes with its own sticky back, stick it on there. So that's what I'm going to do. Need to get a hairdryer on that, see if I can get this off first, but that's been on there a while. It's looking a bit ratty itself, a bit solid. Well, we'll get the hairdryer on it, see what happens. Well, that's it, I've got to go. It's 9:30, I'm knackered. I've got to be up early in the morning for some manual labour, oh joy. I put that door protector stuff on the bike, covered about 3/4 of the tank on it, and the more I put on the tank, the less I liked, so it's all come off again. But you know, if you don't try it, you don't know, do you? Got the inserts done, pleased about that. That's made that a bit more rigid. I need to get a battery for it. I need to hook that up to make sure that all the indicators, tail lights and everything else still works. I need to refit the indicators again. What else do I need to do? Just loads, it's never ending. But for tonight, that's it. So from Danny's Garage and Hooner's Garage, take care, ride safe, and I'll see you on the next one.